Hi everybody, welcome to NCW. I apologize for our hiatus. Me, Sam, and Noah all had what I like to call soup for brains after San Diego Comic-Con, and not a single one of us thought to bring the camera back on the airplane with us, and we sent it on the skid, so we had to wait for it to come back. Today we are talking about Grimm Fairy Tales issue number 100, which is a milestone issue, 20 years in the making. So I got a couple questions, and then also because this is probably the last time I'll have him on until after Halloween, I do have some fun Halloween questions for you. I know it's like one of your top holidays.
Halloween is probably my second favorite holiday. I like Thanksgiving, but I really love Halloween too. It's
I thought that it would be fun to ask
horror movies. Okay.
Halloween questions. Hitting issue number 100, which is actually 225 total issues of Grimm Fairy Tales.
Which is crazy because I was sure that volume 1 had went to issue 100 and we had stopped it. I had forgotten it went to 125. And we were going to kill it there, and then fan demand and other demands
people liked it.
Got it going, so we did volume 2, which might made it to 100. And my goal is to make volume 3 to 75, and that'll be it. It'll be 300 issues, and it'll be great.
Well, Taylor Esposito wants you to go to issue 300 so he can hit milestone issue 300.
Yeah, well, that's what I just said.
No, so that it says number 300.
Yeah, well, it'll say
number 300.
Yeah, I mean, like we did it with Robin Hood. When we got to 100, we had all these Robin Hood books, and we figured out that it was issue 100, and we did Robin Hood 100. So
he wants that 300.
I think if we do 300, we'll kind of do, it'll be like that same thing, legacy numbering. Yeah, it'll be 75, but it'll also be 300. Who knows if I'm going to make it?
I didn't even get to ask
the way I've been raging lately. Who knows if I'll make it to 75? Who knows if I'll make it tomorrow? I mean, I really don't know because yesterday I woke up raging, and your mother says, I'm a chiller, you're a rager. And she's like, how do you start the day raging? Because I look at my phone, I see an email, and I just rage. Anyway, continue. I'm done raging now. I'm glad you're laughing. I'm glad you find this funny because I think rage is good. I let the rage out, and then it's not internalized, right? It's not killing me from inside. I let that rage out. And I used to play sports. It's funny because we're talking about elite athletes. When I played sports, or had competition, all of that rage came out, and I was much happier. Now I didn't get it out at all.
You gotta get back in the old man
I got to
basketball
thinking about
league.
over 55 league, over 50 league, maybe even over 40 league. I could probably do some stuff in there.
All
right.
I could.
Golf doesn't let it out. Golf, and I suck at golf. And golf actually brings my rage up. It's you and the ball, and that's why it makes me so angry, because you should be able to hit that stupid little ball right into the hole.
Looking back, what stands out the most to you about the journey from issue number 1 to here?
Oh my God, this is going to be great because this is going to give me some perspective. Because how the hell do we have 225 issues of this book made? It's kind of crazy when I think about it that way. Yeah. What stands out the most? I think just getting to that milestone. I've thought about killing this series many times. It was, as most people probably know, the first series we ever came out with. It was supposed to be like just, again, kind of a one-shot, do the fairy tales. And, I was on the phone with somebody the other day, and they were like, yeah, certain TV shows, like Once Upon a Time, Grimm, they stole a lot of ideas from you guys. And I'm like, we actually did some
inspiration with this. Remember when he raged about that?
I raged. I mean, look, it's public domain, so it's tough to rage. But I think it's the just getting to that number and continuing to be able to publish for 20 years and hitting something. I'm pretty sure it is the longest running independent comic in existence. Now, I don't know if there's a longer one. We did the fact check it because it was back in the day. Somebody said it was when we were doing volume 1. So if it's up to volume 2, I mean, shit. I think Spider-Man's at 600 or something. Like we're a third of the way there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah. Yes. Question off camera from the audience, please.
When you have something this big of a scale and you are thinking of the beginning of the story, are you thinking of the ending as well, or do you just kind of roll with it and then whatever feels natural?
So there was no ending for 220 to get to this number. Yeah, it was like initially it was, let's get the fairy tales out, and again, I've said this a million times, but at issue 17 or 16, it's and that was, I don't even know what fairy tale that was. It was freaking.
I know 25 was a Little Mermaid.
Yeah, and Little Mermaid, but we were doing the.
This is a show where we can look at stuff on our phones.
This is one where we were looking at the main fairy tales, like Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella,
Hansel
and there's only so many of those. There's only 15 well-known fairy tales. So we got into like Snake Leaves, 3 Snake Leaves or some shit like that.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, Rumpelstiltskin's a pretty well-known one.
I'm just trying
Jack
to
and
think.
the Beanstalk, all of those
The
ones.
Jack and the Beanstalk one I remember.
Yeah, so that was the initial thing. Let's get these out. And then all of a sudden we were like, shit, we're done with the fairy tales everybody knows. What are we going to do? Because people still want to buy this book. And that's how it evolved. But I mean, no, we're thinking like 10 issues ahead probably. That's about it.
What do you think has kept readers coming back for 20 years? We kind of just talked about it a little bit, but
I think the characters are interesting. I think obviously everybody, Disney is, the mouse is the king. Everybody knows these characters, yet they see them in a very innocent light for the most part. And these characters in our world obviously skew more adult. And so they see them as you started, when I started the company, you were 10 years old. So there was kids out there who were Disney fans, and as they grew older, they're still Disney fans, but it's a little bit different. So I think it's the characters. I think it's the
maybe a piece of nostalgia looking back.
Yeah, that could be it. I definitely think that plays a part. So yeah, I mean, and the stories. There's look, there's going to be some good stories in there. There's going to be some ones that are okay, probably some bad stories, but I think we probably have a little bit more good stories than the rest, and I think people enjoy those. So
are there storylines or characters from the early Grimm fairy tales that you never expected would become as big as they are today?
I mean, the whole thing for sure. I think Cinderella is probably the one that really is the one that jumps out, because we started her in her first issue, and I think it was probably issue two, right?
Issue number two.
Yeah, but it wasn't the exact same Cinderella, I don't think. Maybe it was, whatever. And then we brought her back in the 20s as a college student, and then I just never pictured her as being a main headliner for us and turning into a serial killer princess. So I would say Cinderella.
What does this issue mean to you personally as both a creator and a publisher?
Again, I probably got to reflect on that. I mean, I'm very proud of it. I'm glad we made it to this point. I'm always, I am a very optimistic person, but I'm always like, there's still more to do. You can say what you want. I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Shit, you think you'd be in business for 20 years and not be optimistic?
I guess so.
Especially in this climate right now, I'm ready to jump out a window. I think it's just it's kind of humbling. It's like, wow, we made it this far, and these people have read it. At least we've gotten this far, and we'll see how it goes. But I always feel there's more to do. I don't know that I'll ever be satisfied with this issue 100. I mean, I really like this Father Time wrap up story. I really enjoyed this kind of, I've been thinking about it for a long time, and how to destroy the Grimm universe but still keep it kind of going. And I like Father Time as a character. Nobody beats Father Time. I mean, it's true. Father Time wins all battles, and he wins this one in some ways.
What can fans expect in this landmark issue that makes it special? But
well, again, hey, look, it's the culmination of 20 years of Grimm fairy tales. We've had a lot of characters, a lot of different storylines. It's branched off into Wonderland, Oz, Neverland, Mist, all of these different branch offs. And I think this really brings it all back together under one issue and one central story going forward from here. And there'll still be branch offs, and there'll still be a lot of the characters. It's pretty cool to start from the beginning, where we had one, and Sela wasn't even in the first story. Issue number 1, she debuted in issue number 2. And then,
are you sure?
100% sure.
Please. I thought she was in there.
Not in number 1. Nope. Because right away we were like, crap, we need a Crypt Keeper type of character. We need somebody with, like, what's the through line for this? And I think it's a pretty tidy cleanup. And like I said, it's pretty cool to go from issue number 1 and kind of get all the way to this point and tie it up a little bit. And
yes, Sam.
Another off-camera question. Yes, audience. We have a huge studio audience here, guys. Just in case, hey, sit down back there. It's all right. Calm down. Don't rush the stage, please.
Have you ever bothered to go back and read?
Yeah, I definitely have. And I probably haven't read like a lot of the later middle Grimm fairy tale stuff. And what's crazy is, I don't know if this is for other people, I completely forgot everything I wrote.
George R. R. Martin does that.
Yeah, I mean, I will read stuff and I'll be like, oh, this is pretty good. And I'm like, oh, wow, I wrote it. And I'll be like, this sucks. And I'll be like, I wrote it. Like, so I do go back and read it. And I'll be like, did I really write this? Whether it's good or bad, or this is a stupid idea. But yeah, I do go back, and especially as looking at how characters first appearance and things like that, or what their backstory might be, or little have to find certain characters. So yeah, but not as much as like not diligently, or it's done, it's gone. I was watching William Shatner the other day, reading an article. He said he's never watched Star Trek, and so he doesn't go back and watch them. So I feel like it's kind of like a little bit of the same thing. Unless I have to, I'm probably not going to go back and read it.
You paid any attention to how 100 has been received?
No, I mean, I know I was at the store this weekend and people were buying it. I think we sold them every copy while I was there, and part of it's a J. Scott Campbell cover, which everybody loves, but we had some new people pick it up. But no, I really don't usually read my reviews. I feel like there's people who like everything, like even the worst thing we've ever done. There's guys out there like, oh, this is awesome, I love it. And the best stuff that we do, there's people who hate. So, I like when people come to me at the convention and go, hey, or a VIP event, you really got me in the comics, or I really enjoyed it, or I used to read Marvel, and now I read you guys. But other than that, I write it for an audience, but I also just don't. If they don't like it, they don't like it, and I don't really worry about it. Yeah, so one of the big things, I do filter myself a little bit. Carries will take a more front and center role at Arcane Acre in Grimm Fairy Tales. We're leaning a little bit more into horror, coming out of this Father Time storyline. The world is a darker, more monster-filled place. And if you're out there and you're listening to this, the Monster Hunt is going on right now. When we show this, it will be, right?
Yeah,
on our website, you can get some cool. Well, okay, Monster
Hunts.
I love Monster Hunts.
You can talk about it.
That's fine. But and Grimm Fairy Tales will start with another #1 issue, Volume 3, and we're kind of really tying the full universe together and bringing in the other characters that have been out there, Man Goat and the Bunny Man, Phil and Floyd, those two lovable characters. Who else will be in? Terror and Fury. So everybody will be together under one new Zenescope universe. Grimm universe is gone. It's now a Zenescope universe. And we're starting Zen Nation. I don't know if everybody knows, if you want to be a part of Zen Nation, you buy some Zenescope stuff. Then you're in Zen Nation. Or you just come,
we
things.
should get pins.
We're going to get pins. Zen Nation. We're going to do everything. That's a great idea. I already thought about it. I think we want to do it cleaner. We're going to have a new logo on our books. The dragon will still be there somewhere in the background. And Zenjamin, wherever he is. These days, he's
throw
over
me
there.
Benjamin in my Cheshire.
Benjamin from the back row. Oh, good catch. He's elite hands, elite athlete. Yeah, so I think I've thought about this for quite a few years. I think that Grimm, while people love it, and a lot of people love it, it's still kind of it's niche. It could be niche, right? And fairy tales, in some ways, have been played out. But, we'll keep our characters, and it'll be the Zenescope universe.
Grimm Fairy Tales has always had a dark edge. What horror stories or films inspire your work the most?
A huge Stephen King fan. I think I've said that more than once. I love all the old horror movies. The Thing, Hellraiser. Yeah, you don't like horror movies. You're a big scary. Probably said this before, but, I probably 18 years around this time took Alex to her first 18 years ago what do you call it? Haunted house.
It was a haunted house.
And it was a local haunted house, and she lost her mind.
I cried the whole time.
Yeah, I think probably I would say Stephen King, more than anything else, in terms of horror, influences my love of horror and kind of bringing that a little bit into this stuff. And then the horror movies. I always loved horror movies.
Who do you think is the scariest character in the Grimm universe?
Scariest character? Father Time. Father Time now for sure. When somebody can just touch you and turn you to dust. Psh,
oh yeah, I don't like that.
Without anything and you can't do anything about it, that's pretty scary. I don't want to be turned to dust.
I'm gonna say he wants to be frozen.
Frozen.
Kept alive
yes.
forever.
I'm gonna be Walt Disney. I'm like the Walmart Walt Disney. Maybe I could put like a little Ferris wheel out. Can we put a Ferris wheel out in the parking lot?
What's your favorite horror movie monster, and which one would you love to give the Zenescope twist in a story?
Biggest
or if you already did give your
favorite
one.
You can't even add. This is crazy because I love The Thing. Like that monster was the best. You could take anybody's form. Okay. Jaws, Meg, that stupid Meg movie. But I love it. I love giant sharks. Scare the shit out of me. The sharks scare me. Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
Oh, you do love Bigfoot.
He's big. Any of those cryptids, because I really believe they could be out there somewhere. As a matter of fact, I had ChatGPT do an entire analysis of Bigfoot and if he could be real. ChatGPT doesn't think he's real. And I push back. I push back. ChatGPT and me have gone back and forth about ghosts, Sasquatch, aliens. He believes there are aliens, or ChatGPT thinks there could be aliens out. No, didn't believe aliens either. Ghostly phenomenon. There's something going on with ghostly phenomenon. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite spooky season tradition?
Going to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. It would be my favorite, like that. I don't know if that's considered a tradition. Other than that, it's just sitting around watching Trick or Treat. Like Trick or Treat's one of my favorite.
Oh, I have seen that one.
They
made me watch that one.
I love
it's not horrible now that I've seen it like 3 or 4 times, so I know.
And we had it on the movie club, and everybody eviscerated it. And I'm like, this is a fun movie to go see. Like, what are you thinking so deeply about Trick or Treat?
Candy corn, love it, hate it, or
hate
only...
hate it. Get that shit out of here.
Okay. Do you believe in ghosts, even just a little?
I don't believe that people are coming back from the dead and communicating. I believe in like energy. Like there's some kind of energy. Clearly, I've seen a ghost. I saw one 100%. Well, ghost. I never told you that? Out in front of our house? Yeah.
Was it the old lady?
Yeah.
Very weird, there was definitely,
weird.
our old house was definitely,
very weird.
There was an old lady that lived there.
I don't do drugs, so I never have, never will.
Maybe
today I will actually start.
I think that the old lady that lived in the house before us that died there.
It could have been. I would love to see a picture of her because I was walking the dog and I came around, like the front of our house, there's nowhere to go. It was on a main street. and she came out from behind a bush and walked like she was going right into our house. And I came right as soon as I passed by, she was gone, nowhere. Went around, it was crazy. So, and I'd never seen this woman before. She was carrying a bag. She was old. It wasn't like it was very weird. So I also believe in parallel dimensions. In some ways, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of shit out there we don't understand.
What's the most haunted place you've ever been to?
I do remember Uncle John's house. They blew out the candle a couple times and it kept relighting itself. I want to go to the island up in Michigan. What the hell's the name of it? I put it in a book. What the hell's it called?
Mackinac Island.
Mackinac. It's Mackinac. I think it's Mackinac. I think it's pronounced Mackinac.
It's got a C at the end.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of stuff going on there. There's no cars on the island. Can't bring any cars. It's a law from like whenever it first was established. I'd like to go there.
If you were dropped into a classic horror movie, would you survive?
Hell yeah. I would let the rage come out, and I've even thought like if one of these Men in Black come and try and get me, or like like one of those shadow people, if they see shadow people, like I think I'm gonna charge that mofo and see what happens. Nobody ever gets hurt, right? Like the shadow people, like did you ever see these shadow people peeking behind the things? Like it's all over the place. If you watch Paranormal Caught on Camera, they got like people looking. The people never get hurt. Well, at least that we know of. They film them and they peek behind, so they're probably fit. It's probably fit. But if I see one of those guys, I think I might charge them just to see what happens.
If you had to spend a night in a haunted house, who would you want as your teammate?
Not your brother, for sure. And not my mother. God, she'd be losing her mind. She loses her mind on everything.
I think anyone in our family's not going to be helpful.
Yeah, I want like guy.
Chichamina might not be bad.
Guy from The Evil Dead. What the hell's his name? Ash. I think I want Ash from The Evil Dead.
What if it's someone it has to be someone that you know?
Someone that I know. I would probably pick Uncle John Brandenburger because
really?
he's slow. He's slow. He's not good. He wouldn't be afraid of anything because he'd just be like, oh, whatever, and then I'd be able to escape and he would get eaten or whatever. He'd get killed.
So you just want him for a
and
sacrifice?
He's slow. Yeah. You don't have to be faster than the monster. I just got to be faster than the slowest person.
That is fair. What's the Halloween movie or TV special you have to watch every year?
Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat. Love Trick or Treat. Yeah, watch it every year.
Other than Trick or Treat.
Other than Trick or Treat,
like I like watching Corpse Bride. Again, I won't watch the scary ones.
Your mom was watching
Hocus
Pocus. I don't really
Pocus.
like those ones as much as like
The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
I like that. Yep. That's the little kid in me. I love all Snoopy stuff. I mean, I watch The Thing a lot. I don't know if I specifically watched that for Halloween, but that's probably my all-time favorite horror movie. If anybody loves Universal and loves Halloween Horror Nights like I do, email their marketing department and beg them to do a Halloween Horror Nights comic, some kind of comic, because I'm trying to work with them right now to get a special comic done for one of these things. They're balking a little bit right now, but the guy I'm talking to over there is awesome. I really hope they do it. We'd love to do it. I'm a big a big Universal Halloween Horror Nights fan. Did all that stuff. I love getting down there.
I'm more of a Harry Potter
Not going to
gal.
make it this year because I got to go to a wedding and someone else is getting married. Whatever. All right, let's go. Continue
Sorry. On. When fans pick up, we're done all of our Halloween questions. We're going back to, these are my last 2 questions for you. When fans pick up Grimm Fairy Tales 100, what's the one thing you want them to feel walking away from it?
I would say that it's a little bit inspiring, right? Like it's a little bit inspiring. These characters are up against incredible odds, and maybe they come out on top. And it's a complete story that it completes the Grimm Fairy Tales arc in a good way.
I lied. This one is a little Halloween themed, but it's also Grimm Fairy Tales themed.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
My bad. If you could carve one Grimm Fairy Tales character into a jack-o'-lantern, who are you choosing?
I would think probably Pan and the crocodile, like the giant crocodile. That would be a cool pumpkin. I love Kara's carve her. I haven't carved a pumpkin in many a day. I used to carve them pretty good.
It's because we're all old now.
Yep.
Prince and I carved pumpkins last year. I was trying to, I don't know when we'll do it.
Yeah, I get some grandchildren. I'll carve some pumpkins, Sam. Keep reading Zenescope. Be a part of Zen Nation. Coming out with a lot of cool stuff over the next couple months. We have a new distributor in Universal. They're in Canada right now, and they're going to be coming to the U.S. soon with our books, hopefully. Hopefully before the end of the year or right at the beginning of the year, because I'm talking so fast. Because Grimm Fairy Tales #1, we're hoping to have it out in January. Its script is done. It's ready to go. Other than that, thank you for all your support, guys, and show up at the next VIP event if you're a VIP. If you're not a
what
VIP.
Was your favorite thing at the VIP event?
Favorite thing at the VIP event? God, there was a lot. I just enjoy talking to the VIPs at the after event or during the event, meeting like. Like I know there was a couple new guys there. Steve Trong, for once, I got to meeting new fans and just hearing their stories and how they got into our company and what they do. We have a lot of very diverse fans, obviously. Some doctors, some maniac wives, but yeah, no, it's a lot of fun to meet them and to be able to interact. And everybody, what I would like is, what is my next event? What is my next thing I will do in San Diego? I jumped the poll. What was
We
it?
should vote. Oh,
Vote. Don't, and nothing that will kill me. But what is my next?
Your
What
next
is my
feat?
next feat? I'll be in San Diego in a couple weeks, but I won't be for Comic-Con. But I can scope the area out and
remember?
see.
So if you haven't seen, the panel video is not done yet, but we did do a panel at the VIP event, and I always like to ask who his favorite child is because I think it's funny.
All right, am I done? Is that it?
I think we're
Cut. Thank you.
Thanks as always to my father for doing his favorite thing, which is being on camera and answering questions that I ask him. I know he's been doing it for 30 years and it's his favorite. Just want to share some upcoming events with you guys. October 9th through the 12th, we will be in New York City for New York Comic Con. Jason, my dad, maybe Joey. We'll see. I don't know how I feel about bringing him. Unfortunately, Noah will not be there. We'll miss him, but he's getting married that weekend, so congratulations. And then we have Baltimore Comic Con from October 17th to the 19th. For our virtual events, our retailer live stream was yesterday with All Star Comics, so I have time to go back and rewatch that and place an order by emailing vcons@zenescope.com. Retailer live streams are awesome because it allows us to support a local comic shop anywhere in the United States. Our horror VCon is going to be on 10/28. We got a couple things that are going to be a little bit different about this virtual con. We will be sharing some of those on social media coming soon. One of them is the Zenescope staff costume contest. So Sam, start thinking about your costume. You guys get to vote on who the best costumer, best dressed, I don't know, is in the Zenescope family. On the Kickstarter front, chapter 3 of the Father Time arc, The Pendulum Falls, ends on October 10th. Thank you to everyone who's backed our Kickstarters. We really appreciate it. Thank you for all the support. Our art book Kickstarter, if you missed out on that, is now live on BackerKit, so it is a second chance. Most of the materials that were available on Kickstarter are available on the BackerKit, but a lot of them are in very limited quantities, especially those exclusives and those foil collectibles, since those are a little bit rarer. And then our October promo event, whatever you want to call it, is our Monster Sticker Hunt, which released our first sticker on October 1st, but the real hunt started this past Monday on October 6th. All month long, there are different trigger products or other things on the web store that you can get in order to earn stickers. More stickers you collect, the more limited the prizes that you receive are. There are super fun little sticker books that Chris designed. They're awesome. And then there is also on our web store a downloadable PDF with a checklist of all of the monsters that you can be hunting for and how you are able to collect those stickers. Again, thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you for all of your help. Please like, comment, and subscribe on the video or give us a share so that we can reach as many comic book fans as we can. Let us know your thoughts about Grimm Fairy Tales 100. Also, let me know your favorite Halloween costume in the comments, because though I don't like horror, I do love dressing up for Halloween. Thank you all. I'm looking forward to the rest of spooky season, and I will see you guys next week.
Soup for brains.